Brands Limited and has been in the franchise business for over 2 decades. She has been instrumental in creating franchise network for countless brands and is well regarded as one of the greatest franchise experts in the country. We also have Ashok Kumar with us. Mr. Kumar is the group strategy consultant for Franco, where he oversees the franchise development program and consulting services. With over 16 years of experience, he has a deep understanding of corporate strategy, business planning, financial modeling, and franchise consulting. Mr. Kumar has worked with international organization and India entry franchise strategy and has conducted multi-sector market study across 198 countries and 70 territories. Additionally, he has worked on feasibility, financial modeling, commercial due diligence, asset valuation, market simulation, forecast models, big data analysis, and regulatory benchmarks. Without further delay, I would request Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am to take this forward.
Thank you, Deepak, and welcome friends, and welcome to this very special Wednesday evening webinar called Scale Up. This webinar is designed to help companies understand how franchising works and how franchising can help their business grow to different parts. So as Deepak said, we run 3 brands. One is Franchise India, which is very well known in India for franchise expansion for last 27 years. We are in 90 plus cities in India. Manage over 1,000 brands and help them expand through franchising across sectors. Then we have a company called Fran Global, which runs in 10 countries. And we are very proud that we are the world's largest market entry company. So we help companies to move from one geographical location to another one. So a lot of market entry we do in GCC, we do in Asia, we do in Australia and Europe and US. And we also bring in a lot of global brands to Indian market or even Gulf market. So that's Fran Global. And then Francorp, which Deepak leads, is globally the oldest consulting firm, which we acquired about 17 years back. It started in 1976 by a gentleman called Don Borian, and is known for working with world's best brands, including the iconic McDonald's and Hilton hotels and so on and so forth. So friends, this webinar is designed to give you a little overview on how really franchising works, give you a little insight about what stage you should decide to get into franchise. Third question, which is equally important, are you really ready for franchising? That's very important because not every company is ready for franchising. They requires a lot of capability development before you jump into franchising, because you're risking your brand. If it is not done well, you can create a loss to your brand, and it can also create issues with your potential franchisees. So it's a very, very responsible strategy. And then we'll get on to the checklist, which you need to see that are you having all these points available with you before you jumping into franchise. And then we get on to, if you want to get into franchise, what are the kind of readiness you need to have. And we divide that into 4 different pillars. Ashok would take you through those were 4 pillars also. But let me give you how we're going to split this webinar. We'll just split this webinar into 3 parts. I'll give you maybe another 5 minutes, a little overview from my side. And then I'll pass it on to Ashok to run a presentation. And then Deepak, who's a CEO, will take up your questions if you have any questions coming in. And Isha, our young colleague, is also on the call. So she will pick up any questions which you have. And subsequently, post this webinar, if you are interested to have one-on-one discussion with us, both Deepak and I can come on a call and we can have a discussion how your brand can be ready for franchising. So if you want to get into franchising, there are 3 things which you need to ask yourself. The first thing is your why you need to do it. What is the inherent need, why you want to get into franchising? Normally, there are 3 reasons why people franchise. The first reason is obviously capital. Some businesses are great, they're doing well, and they want to grow, but they lack capital. They don't have enough capital to expand their brand. Especially if you are a young startup or a early stage businesses. And if you want to really scale up, your business model is good, but you don't have capital. So this is one of the reasons why companies use that. And I can give you a lot of examples, even this very small early stage business ideas. They used franchising as a model and has built much valuable businesses. We should not look out only. We should not look at the companies like Subway or a McDonald's or a KFC, but even home. Companies like Lenskart, which is now a very large company, used franchising strategically to in the early days of their business to scale their business. And now they're much more valuable company. Companies like Ferns and Petals, which was just a flower retail company, used that at a very early stage and became very, very successful. And I can go on and on, because between Franchise India and FranCorp, we've done about 18,000 brands. And most of these companies use franchising because they wanted capital. The second thing why people use franchising is it is a faster scaling opportunity, which means that you can scale your business at a much higher speed, right? Sometimes you have an opportunity which has that uniqueness and you don't want to lose that advantage and you want to scale that. So that really, like for companies which go to Shark Tank, almost everybody comes to Deepak because they're now popular, everybody knows them, and they want to really now scale very, very fast, right? So another thing which franchising brings is speed. Third, which is very important, is bringing micro efficiency. Micro efficiency means when you have a entrepreneur or operator running the business, you bring in a far more deeper efficiency in the business model. So these are three things which are very important, and you need to ask, it can be all three which you are looking for, or it can be the one very critical one. So you ask yourself why you want to get into franchise. That's very, very important. The second question you need to also ask yourself is the what kind of a franchise profile would fit in your business model, and who you really need, and what kind of capabilities this franchisee has to come in. And we call the four fits. We call the strategic fit, financial fit, operational fit, and marketing fit. All four are important, but there is a critical fit. Like if you are a very operationally heavy business, then you need somebody who can complement the operations part of it, handling the last mile operations for the business. But if it was a large financial investment, then you need to maybe have a deeper financial investor in the business model, like schools, like hospitals, hotels, and likes of them. But if it was a business idea, it needs a great marketing capability. But if it was, say, a leading fashion brand, then maybe strategic location would make an important role. So this also is a very important question: who you need and what kind of capability they need to come from. And the third thing is what kind of capability you need to do. So I call the 3M theory. The first M stands for making your business model measurable. Because if it is measurable, you can control it, you can transfer it, right? You can transfer your knowledge to somebody. Otherwise, if you don't know your business well, you cannot measure your own business. How can you transfer it to somebody else? That's the first M. The second M is marketability. How do you really market your opportunity to somebody else? And third is manageability, in terms of how you want to manage your franchise network. Because sometimes it's making a network is easy, to sustaining the network for years to come is a very, very complex structure. So we work on all these three elements to define in our business model, and then we go into really going deeper into understanding your business, and work on five different space, which is developing your strategy, your financial model, your operating guidelines, your legal documentation, your marketing communication, everything we make it ready. So now I'll request there's somebody who's raised a hand. Abhijit ji, if you can ask question on the Q&A box. There is a Q&A box. You can use that and type your question. And if it is something for me to answer, I'll be happy to answer. Ashok would give a presentation. We'll start on first, is it the right time for you to look at franchising? And keep it interactive. Keep asking your questions to both Ashok and Deepak. And I'll take the leave from the webinar because I have another meeting to get started. But I'm always available to any kind of discussion. And Isha, please reach out to everyone. And if they want to set up a one-on-one meeting with me, I'm more than happy to join.
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah, Ashok, over to you and get started. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gaurav, sir.
Thank you.
So, a very good evening, friends. So, if you have any query or any question, please use Q&A box. If you are new into the franchising, you use code NF and followed by your industry or category that you are operating in. If you are already franchising, you can use AF and you can write your respective category or sector, and we can take some real life examples and case studies for your segment. right? So before going deeper into this presentation, first I would like to highlight a few things about the market, about the Indian market, as looking as a franchise industry. Right. So if you look at the global franchise industry worldwide, it is $4.7 trillion industry. And of this $4.7 trillion industry, if you look at the US, that's a fully developed market, and that has like $2.5 trillion market size. So if you compare US economy versus US franchise industry, so that is the 10% of the US economy. So $25 trillion is the US economy, and $2.5 trillion is your franchise industry size. Right, so that is the 10% of the GDP. If you want to look at Indian market, if you look at the India vision by 2030, so India want to achieve $5 trillion economy by 2030, and India has a vision to achieve a $10 trillion economy by 2035. Right, and as of now, if you consider franchise industry in India is only 4% of your economy. So that means it has a very huge upside. It has right market opportunity. So the investors who are ready, or the brands or the companies or the organizations, the businesses which are ready to franchise their businesses, definitely they are going to attract this capital. Right, so to achieve this $10 trillion economy or $5 trillion economy by 2030 is not going to happen through just only the government initiatives or public initiatives. It has to come from individual initiatives and public private participations, and definitely franchisee industry is going to contribute 10% of the market size. And if you look at the globe, so whole world is looking at India as a as opportunity. Right, so the timing is very good as of now, so to scale your business now. So we are coming to the presentation now back. So Frankop is the world's largest franchise consulting firm, and we do strategic advisory, financial modeling, legal advisory, marketing and PR strategies, and operating manual. So these are the five areas of our expertise where we are super specialists in these segments to create holistic and sustainable strategies and financial model for the brands. Now we are coming to the, as Gaurav sir said in the beginning of the presentation, that why you should franchise your business. So that is the like why franchise is a need analysis. So we have looked at like similar like 5-6 segments or questions that you need to ask yourself before getting to franchise. Right. So I will summarize this into the basically in 3 questions. That is called your WWW. So triple W is the key, right? And all 3 are interconnected. So one is your why you should franchise your business, right? So that if you have the answer, if you need capital, or if you need economy of scale, or if you need basically operating efficiency. So if you have the answer, that means you have 30% readiness for your business to franchise. My second question is, what is the right time to franchise a business model? So if you look at the this globe evolution, industry evolutions, so whatever is achieved in this world in worse conditions, not in ideal conditions. Nothing was implemented or invented in ideal conditions. So there is no like time to wait for. It is always the right time. It's just depending on you to take the right decision on time, and that is the right time. And third thing is your where to franchise your business model. So if you have the answer for these 3, that means you have almost 90% of your readiness of your business, and then basically 10% is just only piecing it together and just preparing for presentation. Okay, but we have some more questions here. Why you should franchise your business model. Once now we'll take some more questions here, like when your product or service has a greater demand in the market and you are not able to service that demand, right? You are running your business for decades, for generations, for many years. So you know your customer. Your customer must be traveling to avail your services or to buy your products from many places, from multiple geographies, right? But if you want to take that business in those markets, that means you should consider franchising as a powerful tool to scale your business. You take your demand to your customer, where is your audience is, right? Now, second thing, your immediate competition has taken lead and you have better or equal product, right? So again, so if you have better product, if you have better service, and you are behind your competition, definitely you should utilize franchising as a tool to scale your business. And third one is your lack of capital. If you are lacking resources, if you are lacking capital to scale your business, then franchising is the right platform or right tool to raise capital to scale your business. If you look at uh, the the debt or the equity that you raise, diluting your good shares, you can raise equity through franchise model. So, and that is basically, if you look at the cost of capital, taking debt or equity is very high as compared to franchise model. Franchisee brings you a very low cost uh, investment for you, because this is not. Second thing, the operational efficiency. So your franchisee partner who is investing with you and he's going to operate the business, so he's definitely is going to bring better efficiency in your businesses as compared to your employee-driven organization. Right. My next question, basically, if you have some innovative idea or disruptive idea, disruptive product or business, certainly, I think you should focus and utilize franchising as a tool to scale your business. So that will give you the early mover advantage in the market. And my last thing is the economy of scale. So if you require a large scale of distribution or a retail network creation or market network that you want to create, definitely franchisee is going to give you the uh, better scale up capabilities. We have different formats and models to scale faster. You can appoint for like area master franchisees, regional franchisees, or country master franchisees, which gives you basically efficient and faster scale up for your business. Now, so now we will talk about the checklist of readiness. So these are the 18 points. So for your readiness to franchise your business model. So this checklist basically is divided into 6 segments. So first segment is all about your brand preference and engagement. So in brand preference and engagement is all comes from your credibility, the credibility that you have established over the years or over the decades in that market, in particular market, or in a city or in a state or in a country. You can take that credibility and replicate at another locations. Positive PR and social media print, because if you look at the marketing, and marketing is like a blood in your body, so it's required continuous fueling. So you have to continuously invest in that in this marketing and PR. Plus awards and recognitions adds basically a lot of credibility, lot of advantages. So once you appoint your franchisee partners, it adds basically a lot of value for the investors or for the franchisee partners. Once we talk about the second segment, is your proven business model, systems and processes. So your prototype, we're talking about the prototype. So if your prototype here, basically your measurable prototype, measurable business model, and you can monitor it and market it. So these are the 3M principles that applies to your business model. If your business model is measurable, marketable, and monetary. Definitely, you can scale your business, right? My next thing is basically SOP and manuals. So where basically again our strength and our capability comes in very handy to support you. Right now, you must be running your business independently or through a team. So you are still a manpower or human resource driven organization. So you are in the business day and night, right? If you are in the business, then basically you cannot scale your business because you are focused on your day-to-day activities and performing those activities. It doesn't give you the freedom to come out from that business and be on the business so you can scale your business, right? So we create these systems, we create these SOP guidelines and operating manuals, so you stay on the business and you can replicate or scale up your business faster. So we focus and promote system driven organizations, right? So as you can take an example of like a Subway or McDonald or any other organization, they are system driven organization. So you go to any Subway outlet, it's a system driven process that has been followed everywhere. So your customer uh, has the same experience, right? So standardization is very, very important. uh, our next thing is basically your strong vendor relationship. So because so entire supply chain is the backbone of your organization, of your business. So that means you should have a strong supply chain for your business, right? If you are in a product business, definitely from manufacturing to the end consumer, it has a multiple layers of the many stakeholders, at least 5 to 6 stakeholder. If you are in service industry, it has the 3 4 layers of supplies. So you should have a very strong supply chain management systems. My next segment is basically financial performance and margins. So in your business, if you look at like if you have enough margins, good margins in your business, definitely you should focus and utilize franchising tool to scale your businesses. Return on investment and past performance. So basically, if you can demonstrate and if you have a very like self-sustainable business model, that will help a franchisee to scale up. Right. Second thing, now, once you are appointing franchisee, so that means your franchisee partner is going to take care of your all operating expenses and plus initial capex to start this business. So maximum cost of your business is taken care by your franchisee partners. So that means you should support your franchisee and pass on maximum margins to franchisee so they can make profitability. So if you make your like franchisee, if you make 3 4 your franchisee is successful, and then you don't require any further support and assistance to scale your business, then it's going to be a self-piloted business model for scale up. Right? My next element is the capitalization. Right? So you should have enough capitalization, means you should invest in developing the capability for a scale up rather than scaling up your businesses, right? So whatever the capital or the financial bandwidth you have, you should focus and invest in capability development and use franchisee platform or franchisee tool to scale your business, right? The next segment of this checklist is your management, leadership, and team. So of course, like founders, so who is the founder behind the business, or who is the founder, what is the founder story, what is their background? So that's very, very important element. And if you look at in this business, so franchising is an entrepreneur to entrepreneurship business model where people invest on people, right? So the management strength, their experience, their industry expertise comes in very handy once you scale your businesses, and founder story sells, right? So you may have like all of these elements of this business because you are in the business, but so these are the like small dots, or you can say it's like a jigsaw puzzle. So you have multiple pieces all over the place, but you don't have the basically outer frame and how to bring those pieces together to complete the jigsaw puzzle to see the complete picture of your business. So that where basically Frankop and Franchise India's consulting team capabilities comes in. We piece it together. So we connect these small dots, and we do the in-depth analysis where we see the gaps and we recommend the solutions. So you have the complete picture. But next element of this is your competition and market trends. So market, of course, like once you see the market demand, so market you need to see from the four different dynamics. One is the demand, second one is your supply, third one is your competition, and price. So these are the four primary component of any business or any market that you need to see and evaluate. So demand, supply, competition, and price, and then followed by your technology. Right. So how you can basically utilize technology to bring better efficiency, operating efficiency in your business. Right. And then basically industry trends. If you look at the industry trends, so our teams, we have the in-depth knowledge because we work with multiple industries, and we work with many countries, international brands, domestic brands. So we have the deep understanding of these industry trends. For each segment, we have like per unit efficiency measures, so that we apply and we develop a sustainable model, and we project accurate forecast. To develop accurate forecast, like if you want to project 5 years, that means you should have a in-depth knowledge, cross-industry knowledge for at least for 10 years of history. You can develop 5-year better forecast, right? So where basically our cross-industry knowledge, and because we have already worked with more than 18,000 brands, so we brings a lot of knowledge to develop these kind of accurate projections. Right. My next segment is your product and service. So if you have like innovations in R&D, so you should spend and focus on developing a stronger product range, wide range of your products. So you should invest in your R&D and new product development. Right. Second one is the basically differentiation in terms of your offering, price, and experience. How you are superior, because if you look at the market, there are so many players in the same industry, in the same segment. So how you are better than your competition in terms of your offerings, price, and experience. Right. And next one is the change cycle. So change cycle basically is a is a is a permanent basically element. So if you look at anything, so everything, it changes with time, right? Technology change, people change, environment change, everything changes with time. So you have to be future ready for change, right? So based on these capabilities, so here are these six segments and 18 points of checklist, where Frankoff works with you to piece it together, to develop entire model and strategy together, to prepare your brand to recruit franchisees. Now we are talking about the four pillars of franchising. So here we have again four pillars. One is your pass. Pass is includes basically predictability, accountability, standardization, and scalability. Right. Some of these elements we have already discussed, but we will have a better clarity here. So predictability, financial performance that can be measured. So the financial projections, as I focused on, like if you can develop like accurate forecast, so that means basically the financial performance that can be measured. Right. Accountability. So in your business, even even it's like your management team or employees or your franchisee partners or investors, you should have accountability and obligations for each stakeholder. Their roles and responsibilities are defined very well. Right. That's how you can establish accountability. Right. And next thing is the standardization. So to create uniform customer experience, you should have your unique and standardized SOP and guidelines. If your operating manual is standard, you can replicate the same experience at any location, at any place, right? Or if your SOPs and your manuals are not standardized, basically if a system not system driven organization, that means people have the tendency to forget. And if you look at the knowledge transfer, so it deteriorates, right? So retention level of the human brains, it's a psychological, is not good enough to retain everything, right? So standardization of your systems and processes are very, very important. And next thing is the scalability, right? So scalability, basically you should have a complete understanding of the total addressable market, and then what percentage or what size of market that you want to capture in your short term, medium term, and long term. Now we are coming, because you are appointing a franchisee partner, so you are handing your business to other partner to operate it. So where basically it's called CCC formula, that's control, compliance, and consumer connect comes in. Control, basically because you are handing your business, that means you want protection for your business, for your brand. So where our legal teams and our strategy consulting teams, they work with you to create a 360-degree protection for your business, right? And that 360-degree protection through the legal obligations, through financial obligations, and by utilizing the technology. So these are the three primary factors and forces that we impose to provide you a 360-degree protection for your brand. Once we talk about the compliances, so once from one geography you are moving to the second geography, so there everything changes, like their market trends are different, their government policies are different, their legal obligations are different, right? So how to bring those local compliances in your business? You may not have that kind of capabilities and expertise to get these approvals on time from the authorities. So where we utilize the power of a franchisee partner, so franchisee partner brings these local obligations for you. Okay. And my next point is customer connect. So last mile customer experience has to be consistent, and that consistency can be delivered through the uniform standards. Okay. Now we are coming to the next pillar is AIR. So attractiveness, investor readiness, and risk hedging. Attractiveness, if you look at the overall market, there are thousands of opportunities out there. In terms of like franchise opportunities are there, real estate investment opportunities are available, stock market, commodities, there are a lot of opportunities. So how you are going to position your brand or your opportunity that can be attractive and that can attract investment, right? So we need to define that opportunity, that yes, it's a unique opportunity, and how you are better than other investment options available in the market. Okay. Next thing is the investor readiness. So for your short-term, medium-term, and long-term performances, how you are ready for the investor readiness. And then third element, your risk hedging, right? Because you are appointing a franchisee partner, that means you are making a commitment to a partner that you can make money on your business, right? So it brings the responsibility as well, because my local partner, he is bringing investment, he's bringing his operating expenses, he's taking care of like marketing, he's doing last mile demand generation. But because you are in the business and you understand the each risk element or all the areas which has the pain points, So how to mitigate those risks? Right? So we need to develop an optimized investment model for our franchisee partners. And for initial risk hedging, it's initial ignition period. So during the development phase, your franchisee partner need a lot of support. So how you can support your franchisee partners in the initial stages of the development, and that's basically create the difference for the investors or franchisee partners. That basically makes your opportunity more attractive. Okay. My next pillar is ERR. So encourage, recognize, and reward. Right. So encourage, yes, you should promote fair reporting and best performances. You should also recognize and reward them. Right. You should have a target-based incentive plans. So based on the achievements, you can announce your rewards respectively. And these kind of encourage, recognize, and rewards you should have for all stakeholders, not only for the franchisee partners. So you should have your these ERR programs for your employees, for your business partners, for your franchisee partners, for your end consumers. If somebody is buying your service or your product for so many years, for so many decades, you should recognize those customers, and you should offer some kind of personalized services to your customers. So basically you retain your customers, so your retention level of your customers goes up. Okay. So again, so these are the four pillars of franchising, where Frank Pop team works with you to define each of these pillars, every element in your business, to make your opportunity unique and attractive in the market. So as we talked about our core services, so I've already talked about your strategy, financial, legal advisory, your operating manuals, marketing, PR strategies, team trainings. But so that is the core strength of the Francop team. Now, once you are ready to franchise your business model, you are ready with all the tools to franchise your business. Now you need franchisee partners, right? So how you are going to appoint your franchisee partners, because that is again is the additional market. There's a lot of work that you need to put in, a lot of resources it requires. So where Franchise India team helps you in terms of marketing, right? So we takes care of the lead generation. So we generate quality leads and qualify leads for your business, for your brand, and we appoint our basically employees or our partners as a lead management partner for you. So my team is going to manage all these leads. They are going to reach out to these investors, talking to them, checking their qualification, background, their credibility. So, and then basically they brings qualified leads for you. Now, so how to appoint your franchisee partners? So who is the right partner for you? You may have like 100 leads, 1,000 leads, or 10,000 leads, but it doesn't mean that each partner is a right partner for you, right? So how to evaluate these partners or these franchisees? So where our teams directly work with you to do the due diligence for these potential leads or for the franchisee partners, based on the four fits that Mr. Maria talked about. Your strategic fit. So strategic fit, basically the people who have some knowledge or experience for your product or services that you offer. Then financial fit, basically, so your franchisee partner, he has enough financial bandwidth to sustain the initial development phase. Third one is your marketing fit. So my franchisee partner does have the capability to do the local demand generation, so that we evaluate. And then fourth fit is basically your operational fit. If my franchisee can bring those operational efficiency, so based on these four fits, we appoint a franchisee partner for your brand, for your business. Right. So now we are coming to the our products. So what we have done, because if you look at the overall services that Franchise India or Franco provides, we have end-to-end services to deliver. So what we have done, we have packaged these services into 4 products. So depending on the scope of work and your expansion plan, we provide these 4 products. So Frank Start is for like limited growth, but right, and then Frank Grow is for a larger growth, but it has a higher scope of work. And Frank Excel has a larger scope to scale up across the states or geographies or regions. That is a program for 2 years. And then we have a Friend Max, that's the mega scale up program for 3 years, right? And for more details on these products, you can reach out to Isha, so she can share some more details about these products, right? So I think so. That's the last slide. So as we said, that Franchise India is a 27-year old organization, and Franchise India has developed like 90% of the Indian market. We have serviced more than 20,000 brands in India and across the globe. We have the presence in 97 cities of India, and we have a direct interface with more than 1 million investors, and we have a team of like more than 1,500 professionals in franchising, right? And we have international presence in 10 locations, right? And Francop, so Francop is the world's largest consulting firm. So in India, we are 16 years old organization, so we takes care of the entire franchisee development programs. And I can very proudly I can say, because I worked with international organizations, I've also visited many locations, many countries, and I have also like seen and worked with other consulting firms who are in the same stage of franchise industry. There is no comparison of Francoff versus other consulting firms. There's no big zero, right? So that I can say proudly in terms of offering our product and services, right? So with this, I will end this presentation, and I will request Deepak to take queries from Q&A box.
Thank you, Ashokji. Thank you, friends. I hope the session has been worth for you, and I hope we've been able to cover as much as knowledge possible for franchising. We are more than happy to have one-on-one call with you to understand your business, because we strongly believe that every business is different, and the franchise solution would be very, very different. So house is open for questions. You can put your questions on the Q&A box, and we're more than happy to address this. I can see one question which is from Abhijit. He says, can we franchise service business for reach and scalability purpose, while the service will still be fulfillment by the main company? Yes, this can be done, Abhijit ji. Service companies can do through an hub and spoke model, where the spokes can go and do the business development, and from the back end the companies can service the client. Mr. Harihar Nath, when is the right time to get into franchise model? See, technically, it depends on the opportunity. What kind of opportunity is there? There is no right time or bad time to enter into franchising. It depends on the opportunity and depends on what kind of product and services you have. He also asked, how do you assess the capability alignment with respect to opportunity? These are a detailed matrix which our consultants create. So Ashokji creates a detailed matrix on the basis of which we understand the capability. Sashank says he's a new franchise. Franchise start details, please. Sure, Sashank. More than happy if Isha will get in touch with you guys, and we'll set up one-on-one call, and we can discuss this. Anything else? Any questions which there? Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us. Isha will get in touch with you guys to set up one-on-one call with me or Mr. Maria, and we can discuss this more in detail. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. I'll reach out to each one of you for fixing the